I'm Gillian Galford. I'm going to talk about the Vermont Climate Assessment, which I should note was funded by a collaborative grant through the Gund Institute. If you want to read the full report, I encourage you to go to our website. If you want to stay in touch with information about the region and globe in terms of climate change, please follow us on Twitter or Facebook. To start with, I want to focus today more on how the Vermont Climate Assessment became the success that it was, rather than talking about the findings. Again, you can read those online. So the three goals of the Vermont Climate Assessment were to further our understanding of global change using local knowledge, so putting global climate change in a context for Vermont, and deepening our understanding of future impacts of climate change on Vermont. And thirdly, to communicate these impacts, particularly with respect to the economic ramifications of climate change. So I would consider this effort a giant success. We had a team of 8 graduate students who wrote this report. As of this morning, our website has had over 9,000 unique visitors. We hosted one stakeholder event with over 200 people in attendance. We've been invited to present multiple times to members of the Vermont legislature as well as to regional planning commissions. We've been picked up by the popular media, including The New Scientist, Fast Company, radio programs such as WAMC, VPR, and we're on wire reports by the AP and Reuters, leading to publications in large papers such as the Huffington Post. So how did this work? This was a graduate level service learning course. Service learning courses are very common across UVM. And to me, service learning means that our students embark on an engagement with our community partners in which they work with these community partners and stakeholders to identify the needs of the partners, whether it be for information or deliverable products. And in the process of meeting these needs, our students learn and gain experience. So UVM provided us with a service learning teaching assistant who also led reflection activities for the graduate students to really process the experience and the needs of their community partners. Additionally, as I mentioned, the authors of this report were graduate students from multiple colleges across our university, and they identified the topics to cover in the climate assessment and worked as a team in using some new lingo, to me, team-based learning type approach. So in this approach, the students were accountable to each other to make sure that they delivered high-quality products, and they depended on each other for peer review. The third unique feature is the use of citizen science telling compelling and unique stories about Vermont. Many of you may have entered the Joe's Pond contest to guess the date of ice out. This is a story I've reported to the National Climate Assessment, and they are eager to pull these type of stories up into the next National Climate Assessment. So here we have a very scientific approach, a cinder block tied to a rope, tied to an electric clock, and when the ice melts, the block falls through the ice. If we look at changes in time, we see that since the late 80s, Joe's Pond is icing out 5 to 6 days earlier than it was, indicating warmer spring temperatures, which in fact we can correlate to temperature records in the region. Another story, Ray Allen has been a National Weather Service co-op observer on his farm, Allenholm Farm in South Hero. And in addition to reporting for the National Weather Service temperature and precipitation, he also records phenology of his trees, where we can see large changes in the production of flowers on his farm. So in conclusion, I think we have a unique graduate program that allows us to conduct large and very impactful research, as well as really great opportunities to pull local citizen science into education and communication about climate change.